Hey guys, welcome to the video. I'm Amy and I post 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. EST. I post a lot of 3-day foundation wear tests, makeup first impressions, full face one brand, things like that. If that sounds like your kind of content, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on mine. In today's video, we are talking all about Kosas. I've been eyeing this brand for a while and I'm so glad to finally have my hands on some of their products, and I want to show you how they work on my skin and my first impression of them. And if you want to see that, then just keep watching. So we are only going to be using concealer, blush, highlight, and lip gloss, but I don't have foundation on because I wanted to put the concealer on first so I could get a better feel for the color and everything about it. Also, just so you have an idea of how much makeup I buy and how far behind I am in filming all the new products that I buy, I actually purchased this concealer before they expanded their range. Yeah, that was a while ago. So I did get Tone 1, which I do think they have, let me look it up so I can tell you for sure. Kosas Revealer Concealer. So now they have a 0.5, which is a very light with neutral undertones. Oh, no, they only have one shade lighter than this. This is Tone 1, which is light with neutral peach undertones, which I figured even if it's a little bit dark for brightening my under eye, I still do use concealer as a base product pretty regularly. It says, turn on your best skin, a medium coverage, super creamy concealer, eye cream, and spot treatment all in one that visibly brightens, helps reveal better skin over time. It has caffeine, pink algae, arnica, provitamin B5, peptides, and hyaluronic acid. So, sounds great. Let's try her out. So first I'm going to swatch it. Well, first, I think this packaging is adorable. It's bright and eye-catching without it being childlike. I don't know. I like it. So it's got kind of just a flat little doe foot right there. And I'm gonna just let me do it while I'm up here so you can actually get a good color it on here so you can see it. And then I'm gonna kind of like so. Okay, so it is kind of peachy, but it doesn't, I know a lot of people say that their stuff just leans yellow. This to me, from my hand swatch, doesn't look too yellow, and it did call itself peachy, so, but yeah, it feels nice and thin and almost like serum, but really thin on my hand and finger. So let's go in. So I'm going to just start with this little bit here and kind of see how far it goes. And I actually thought it was going to be a lot darker too. It is brighter than I thought. So I feel like that went pretty far. And I feel like it did cover quite a bit of the color underneath my eyes. I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? And it still does. I would not call this radiant. Hold on, let me get a mirror closer to me. I don't think I would call it radiant. It does, my skin's already pretty, radiant in the camera, at least, in person, it just looks skin-like. I don't think it adds anything. I think it showcases it, it allows whatever your skin is doing to, shine through. But I definitely don't think it's super radiant. I feel like people have said that. I don't think it's dry at all, but it is very serum-like. I kind of like that. It has almost it looks almost like I just put on a gel moisturizer kind of vibe, where it looks hydrated, but I don't think it's dewy. I wouldn't call this dewy. I definitely have tried dewier concealers, but it looks really nice. I feel like it's a good medium to full coverage. I mean, for me, I don't think I would want any more coverage. I think it looks really great, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the other side on and then put my foundation on, and we'll come back and talk about the blush. So, don't know why I've got an accent now, but I put on foundation and I mixed it with RX Glow Lust in Morganite, and it just Anyways, I think the texture of the under eye still looks really nice. The color looks really nice with what I've got going on. I don't think it looks too yellow or too dark at all. So it has been a few minutes, so I'm going to take a look at my under eyes and see what they're doing. A little bit of, you know, gathering in my like actual creases that you can't see until I'm like this. But otherwise, I don't see anything crazy extra. No extra creasing that's out of place, out of norm. No dryness, which is good. I am going to go ahead and just use this bite powder since it's what I have right here. And I'm going to use my Refer number 4 per usual and just tap lightly into that for my under eyes. Let's go up here. So yeah, I think that looks really nice under my eyes. I really like it. I like it. No complaints so far. The next thing, this is what I'm like number 1 most excited about. Like I was excited about the concealer because so many people rave about it and say it's like one of the staple good things from Kosas. But the thing I personally was so excited about is the cream blush and highlight that's called Color and Light and Cream. The cream blush and highlight thing in 8th Muse is what I got. It's called, they say, an iconic pink rose duo for classic blush and just kissed flush. Using fingertips, apply. So they want me to use my fingertips. I'm not big on that, but I really do like this packaging. It's like a younger sister to like NARS, because NARS is like thinner and all caps and it feels like a little bit higher end, but it is still giving the same vibe, just a little bit more youthful and maybe not as high end to me. That's what I'm gathering. Okay, that clip is a bit much for me. I don't have nails and they have it to where like the lip here, there's a bar here, so you can't push from the bottom. You have to like get under it, if that makes sense. Anyways, so here's what she looks like. Oh my gosh, I've been so excited. I've had this for so long and haven't been able to use it. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing I did before and just give you a back of the hand swatch. So I'm just rubbing my finger right in. So there's a finger swatch. Like so. Wow. Okay, let me wipe off my finger. Oh, okay, hold on. That's what it looks like on my finger. That's the highlight. There's that. Nice. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna swatch it like in front of my eyes now so that I can have like a opinion. It feels very okay, blush wise, it feels very balmy kind of texture, and I've kind of blended it out here so you can see it does sheer out. The highlight feels much thinner. They do not have the same texture. The highlight is more, let me show you this, how this is. I'll show you on my finger real quick, hold on. Let's see if it'll show you. Can you tell how thin the product is on my finger? And it's kind of like a soft pinky champagne right here. That looks beautiful. I'm going to show you these textures again after I've touched them so I can show you like the texture difference here. Let's see, hold on, let's see, this way maybe? Okay, so can you see that this is kind of more wet and it's got smooth fingerprints, whereas this one has peaks and valleys because it's a bit more thick and kind of sticky, balmy kind of feeling, but I'm hoping that gets across the texture feel. I don't know. Anyways, I am going to use my sponge and not my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna take the butt of my sponge that has nothing on it, and this is a really nice mirror as well, and I'm gonna go into the blush side, and I probably picked up too much, so I'm gonna start back here. Okay, that's beautiful. Look at the texture on my skin. What? Oh, that's beautiful. It actually kind of reminds me of the color of the sponge almost. It's like a pink, but it has like a hint of like almost like a purpley magenta undertone to it. Ooh, okay. Let's go to the other side. That's a lovely wash of color on my skin tone. They do have intense shade versions, so for every blush and highlighter duo that they have like a less intense and intense version. So if you do have a deeper skin tone, that you could use an intense one and it would still be pigmented. Because, I mean, on me, this is pigmented, but it is very like sheer. I think that's beautiful. We'll have to see like how it wears and kind of how the texture sets. I'm not going to touch it just yet. I'm going to leave it. I might end up adding powder, but I'm going to see if it kind of sets itself a little bit first before I touch it. But I do need to put on a bronzer. All right, I took my hair down and I put on some bronzer just to get a better feel of like the blush on like a full face rather than just looking kind of pale and blushed. And I really love it. The texture is so beautiful. I can't get over it. Oh, it's so lovely. I really like it. It doesn't feel 100% set down, but it doesn't feel like it's sticky or picking up or moving or anything like that. I think it feels nice. Let's go ahead and add on the highlight from the palette. And I'm gonna just take my finger with this and then we'll grab the sponge if we need it. And wow. Well, that's lovely. On my hand, I felt like it had a little bit of color and it might show up and give me kind of like a cast. But in person, I mean, like when it's on, I don't think that it does. I think that's lovely. It's not picking up any of the color underneath. It's not doing anything weird. It's a nice light kind of texture. I really like it. Oh, that's so exciting. All right, let me go off camera, finish up my eyes, and then I will come back and we will talk about the wet set, the wet lip oil glosses. I got the mini set so I could try different colors. But yeah, I will be back in a second with my eyes all done. All right, my lips are aching for something on them. Okay, so I got the wet set so I could get a little deal with 3 of them. The mini wet lip oil gloss. Let's see if I can get this open. Ooh, okay, so we have Jellyfish, which I believe is a clear, and Dip, which is kind of like a nudie rosy color, and then we have Jaws, which is this red color, and the tops are like these weird little chiclets situation. I have heard a lot of people rave about these and say that they're like their favorite like everyday kind of gloss now, and you know I love it everyday kind of gloss. So I want to just swatch them each on my lips, and then I will actually put lip liner on and pick one, which it'll probably be the clear one, let's be honest. Ooh. Oh, it smells like a lemon cookie. Oh my god, that's like, oh my god, I love that. Okay. It's like a lemon cookie, guys. This, oh my gosh. The scent and flavor, it has me. I'm sold. I'm sold. Lemon cookie is like my favorite. Oh my god, I think of like a lemon bar right now. Or like a limoncello LaCroix, which tastes like a lemon bar to me. It's not super glossy. But here is the clear one, and it is completely clear. I don't see any kind of hint of color on me. It does feel more like a dry oil in the way that it feels like it's going to like absorb into my lips and actually be like nourishing, rather than being like a gloss, whereas the Laneige Glowy Lip, Glowy Lip Glowy Balm, this is way more shine, but this is more thick and like petroleum jelly kind of texture. It's a little bit thinner than that, but compared to this definitely feels super thick. This feels like a dry oil. Like, there's not very much stick to it. There's not very much gloss to it. It does just feel like it's good for my lips, but it does feel almost like I shouldn't wipe it off. I should just let it soak in. Like, I don't know. But the scent profile of that is what everything in the world should smell like, honestly. So I'm gonna wipe that off. Still, I hate this word. Still feels, can't say that. Try to say that 5 times fast. Still feels. Can't. Okay. It still feels nice. My lips don't feel like dry or irritated or anything. So now I'm going to go into the shade Dip. Oh, this one has a little bit of a shimmer to it, I think. It is darker than my lips, but I would still consider it like a nude, maybe just like a little bit rosier. It has more pigment than I was expecting from a lip oil. Now this could probably be like a lip color that you would wear. I don't know. The tone almost reminds me of this, actually. It's a little bit more orange. My shirt has got a little bit more of like a berry undertone. This is a little bit more warm. But yeah, I could definitely see wearing this as like a lip color, almost like a lip stain that has a more moisturizing vibe. It feels the same, it smells the same. I really do like it, but I wasn't expecting a lip oil to have this much pigment. I feel like that's a lot of pigment. So now I'm like kind of nervous for the red one. By the way, the little shimmer in this was like micro, and I could not like see it visibly on my lip like glitter, and it couldn't feel it at all. Again, Jaws, which also looks like it has some glitter. I love that. Okay. That's a lot of pigment for an oil. I would definitely want a lip liner. I definitely made a mess of it. I feel like the color isn't very consistent. That is just one dip. I didn't go back in, but I do feel like I see a little bit of streakiness. So I'm going to go in and sadly see before and after building up. It definitely builds up. But again, you can see it because it's like a jelly formula. So all that pigment is suspended, so it's kind of difficult to get it evenly laid out. That's a lot of color for something this moisturizing, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. But I am curious to see, since it's more of like a dry oil, if it would move around or if it would just stain my lips or what. So that is that. I'm wearing the Alamar Cosmetics lip liner in Birthday Suit, if you were curious. I just love it as like a really easy nude lip. Okay, so first we use the Kosas concealer, again, tone 1. I really like it so far. I mean, I guess I'll see how it wears, and if I kind of like reach for it. There was nothing that like blew me out of the water with it. I was kind of shocked that the color worked for me because so many people complained about the color being so yellow that I definitely thought it was going to be too yellow for me, but I think it works really well. I like the coverage. I like how it looks, how it feels. So we'll have to talk about this in a few weeks after I've tried it a few more times. But so far, so good. I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at all. And then the blush and highlight. I do feel like I went a little bit smoky with my eyes. So I do feel like I want to put a little bit more of the blush on. But before I do that, I want to feel my face. Hold on. Yeah, I think it completely sets down. I did not put any powder on, and let's go ahead and add a little bit more color to my face. Now that I have such dark eyes. Yeah. It's beautiful. I really, really like it. I really, really like it. I am really, really, really happy with this. I do like the texture and the way that the highlight works as well. I think the colors work really well together and really nicely on my skin. I think they're really kind of like user-friendly, easy to use. Good little combo situation here if I did travel, which I don't travel, and you shouldn't be traveling now, which I mentioned 700 times on my channel, but I do love it. I don't just like it, I love it, baby. Look at how nice that is. That's so nice. Oh, I'm gonna have to do like a cream blush off because I've been collecting cream blushes. One day. But for now, I really do like this. This is probably the most exciting thing that I tried today. It's the thing that kind of impressed me the most from the jump. And I'm really happy to have this in my collection now. Mini lip oil set. I don't think you need the minis. I really, really, really like the formula and the smell of the clear one. The other two, not really my vibe. I could see getting down with dip as like a neutral everyday look. But the red, I just feel like that's way too much pigment. It's way too scary for me. I mean, I'll try it later and see if it actually does move around like I think it will, but it's so scary for me. I kind of wish I had gotten the full size of the clear because that is something I can see myself using on an everyday basis. And as you can see, it doesn't give you a lot of shine. It's not a gloss. It is a lip oil. So I would say it's more like a comforting treatment type situation. So I could see getting like a nude color and wearing that as your everyday lip, but then you would be like moisturizing your lips and nurturing your lips throughout the day, and it would still look like you're wearing like a lipstick vibe. But I really do love the way it smells. I don't have anything lemon in my house right now, but I really wish I did because that made me so hungry for some lemon bars. But yeah, overall, pretty good. I'm not disappointed with anything that I got, but again, this is the number one thing that I would say. And they do have multiple colors and multiple intensities, so I do think it is probably the best thing that they have. But they have been growing. Again, like I said, I purchased this stuff a while ago, so they didn't have their powder out yet. There were still a lot of mixed reviews on their bronzer at the time. So I just got the things that I had heard rave reviews about that I was interested in, you know? So yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so I know. It helps me out so much and I appreciate it so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!